The king of the north!
Jacaerys.
I will hurt you for this.
I am the sword in the darkness.
Lion doesn't concern himself with the opinions of the sheep.
Let me give you some advice, bastard.
Chaos isn't a pit. Chaos is a ladder.
What is up, everybody? Jeremy Icenfire here, and welcome to the channel. Filming for House of the Dragon Season 2 has been well underway now for the past few months, and we have been getting a ton of information from behind the scenes that point to Season 2 being a very epic event. And recently, we just got confirmation that a heavy fan-favorite character will be making their appearance in Season 2 of House of the Dragon, and the return of one of our favorite houses, the Starks. House Stark has been a heavy fan favorite ever since the beginning of A Song of Ice and Fire, made even more popular after the Game of Thrones series premiered on HBO. And when House of the Dragon Season 2 hits our screens at sometime in 2024, we are set to meet one of the most popular Starks in history, Cregan Stark, the Wolf of the North, and Lord of Winterfell during the Dance of the Dragons. And thanks to a recent interview that dropped with Harry Colette, the actor playing Jacaerys Velaryon, we now have confirmation that he will be traveling up north to Winterfell to meet with Cregan Stark, and the two will be becoming fast friends as they did in the book. And Harry had quite a few interesting things to say when the subject of Cregan Stark came up in this interview. The first thing that caught my attention was the fact that he does not know who will be playing Cregan Stark yet. Now, it could be possible that HBO has not cast Cregan Stark yet, or they simply are not revealing who they cast in the role of Cregan Stark, seeing as Cregan is going to be a very prominent character on the show going forward, especially when we get to the end of the Dance of the Dragons. He has a very big role to play. And if you want to learn a little bit more about the life of Cregan Stark, both before and after the Dance of the Dragons, definitely check out my Life of Cregan Stark video. I will link it down below in the description. At the end of Season 1 of House of the Dragon, we saw Rhaenyra send her two sons off on very important missions to try and win some big-name houses to their side in the upcoming war. And unfortunately for young Jacaerys Velaryon and his young dragon Arax, they run into Aemond and his formidable dragon Vhagar above Shipbreaker Bay, an encounter in which they would not survive. The event that turned the Dance of the Dragons from a war of ravens to a war of fire and blood. And while this was going on, Jacaerys has his own mission to visit 3 other houses to try and win their support in the upcoming war, starting with flying to the Vale of Arryn to treat with the Lady of the Vale, Jane Arryn, who will be played by Amanda Collin, as we learned today, the actress from Raised by Wolves. And seeing as Abubakar Salim has been cast in the role of Alan of Hull, who played the father on Raised by Wolves, it looks like we're going to get a Raised by Wolves reunion on House of the Dragon Season 2, although it's highly unlikely their two characters will cross paths on the show. After leaving the Vale, Jacaerys will then fly to White Harbor to try and win the support of House Manderly, the house who owns and operates the biggest shipping port in the north. And last, for Jace's final destination, he travels up north to Winterfell to treat with House Stark and try and win their support. And strategically, House Manderly and House Stark are the two most important houses that they do need to win to their side. By winning House Stark to their side, they in essence win the entire north to their side. But of course, without the support of House Manderly, they would have a very tough time moving all of those troops down south. When Jace finally arrives at Winterfell, it is said that he and Cregan Stark become very close friends, due to the fact that Jace reminds Cregan of a younger brother that Cregan had previously lost. And thanks to this recent interview with Harry Colette, we now know that Jace will be spending a good amount of time up north with the Starks, both hunting and training. All the while not even knowing that his brother has just recently been killed by Aemond and Vhagar above Shipbreaker Bay. And with the north being as remote as it is, I guess it would take some time for word to reach Jacaerys about his brother. But overall, it looks like we're going to be getting some very interesting scenes up north with Jacaerys, Cregan, and the rest of House Stark. And I wonder if they're going to introduce the character of Sarah Snow on the show. There is a character called Sarah Snow in the book of Fire and Blood, and it is claimed that she is the bastard sister of Cregan Stark, and it is also claimed that Jace falls in love with Sarah Snow when he is up north, and the two even become married. So it would be pretty interesting if the show introduces the character of Sarah Snow, especially considering that Jace is engaged to Baela at the time. But regardless of Sarah Snow, it looks like we will be getting the Pact of Ice and Fire, the pact that bonds House Stark to House Targaryen throughout the duration of the Dance of the Dragons, and beyond. And I really hope they get to flesh out the character of Cregan Stark a little bit more on the show, similar to what they did with Viserys in Season 1. In Fire and Blood, Viserys is a footnote of the character that he is on Season 1 of House of the Dragon. They really fleshed that character out a bunch more, largely in part due to Paddy Considine's incredible performance of the character. But hopefully they could do something similar with Cregan, where they can flesh his character out a little bit more, especially considering that he will have a major part to play later on at the end of the Dance of the Dragons. But there we have it, folks. Official confirmation that Cregan Stark will be in House of the Dragon Season 2, and he will be meeting Jace up north at Winterfell, and we will most likely be getting the Pact of Ice and Fire. But that is going to do it for us today. Leave your thoughts and comments down below, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit a like on your way out, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications to stay up to date on all of our upcoming content, as we will be covering all things House of the Dragon. And as always, I want to give a big thank you to everybody out there for watching, and we will see you on the next one.